And it's time for part 3, the final reaction to the off-script Filmmakers Roundtable by The Hollywood Reporter with Anupama Chopra. If you haven't seen the first 2 parts, I'll link them here. I hope you have been enjoying this. What an amazing lineup this is. If you haven't seen the full interview, check it out on the Hollywood Reporter India channel. I'll put the link to the description below. This is not a substitute for that. It's a reaction. I'll be pausing in the middle talking. So keep that in mind. By the way, if you want to support the channel, you can become a member, enjoy early access videos as well as some exclusive videos and song reactions. To know more, click on the join button below. Let's finish this.
For a Hindi audience, are you diluting? Because Sairat did get diluted.
Yes. No. We're not holding back from the core conflict of the film, from the depiction, the way the core conflict is. I don't want to say too much for people in the Hindi speak who don't know about the original and have not seen it and should experience it afresh. But no, we haven't held back at all. Not in any way. It's as hard-hitting and it's as solid and without diluting the huge impact of the original. Like we haven't at all. That's why if you realize the choice of filmmaker, like Shazia Iqbal was a very, it was again Somen Mishra's idea, who heads up Project Divide, is producer with us on that Dharma. And he was like, we need somebody who can understand the sensitivity, you know, of the original and protect the sanctity of that and still tell it in its hardest fashion. No, we haven't held back.
Good. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, waiting.
That should become a meme template. You know that we're just saying, waiting.
It will come.
I mean, I understand from your perspective when somebody tells your story again, like you're never going to like think it's anything.
No, I'm not that like that. But I wanted to expecting we need to address that the caste violence happening everywhere.
That is absolutely
not only in Tamil Nadu. Like you can go in Maharashtra and anywhere. Still they're practicing caste in very rooted.
Yes.
It's a very dangerous position in all over India. I can give any example. Today, till the time we are practicing, we are affected by the caste and the discrimination. It's very, very, very. It is not underestimate.
Yeah.
So that is why it's still practicing.
And there's
We
that
need
whole
to.
track in the original, which is just like when I saw it, it was like a chokehold reaction when I had. Again, I'm not saying which track. You know what I'm talking about. The track.
The father.
Very bad happened in Maskan and very few years back. It is a very worst thing happened in Maharashtra also. So the caste problems are everywhere.
Absolutely.
So we need to.
I think they should have him as a consultant on Hindi. Like, why not?
We need to address in the right way. We don't want to hide and we don't want
And
to.
I thought the important thing is to give hope also.
Yes.
You know, which I loved about the film, that it gave you hope right at the end.
We are expecting. we just expecting that only. Yeah, we had a problem. We are having a lot of problems, but we all hope. We have a hope something. Like we love human things and human only understand. Everything.
And I love the way the film ends. You know, that gives you hope. And I think because like you see, even Sairat, it ends in such a like everybody was like, you know, I remember being traumatized when I walked out of Sairat because I was like, it's just you were numb, you know, and it was important because
Sairat, guys, if you haven't seen, you should definitely. It's like one of a masterpiece, you know, honestly. Like it just plays on your expectation of what a love story can be and just flips it. Like it's like very rebellious film in a sense. Like there are so many reasons. Like the first half is way longer and the second half is way shorter. Like, you know, there's no actual half of proportion to it. And there's so many things they have done it, you know, brilliant.
Perumal. You can call
Perumal. Sorry. It gives hope.
Yeah.
And it's important to hold on to that hope.
Yeah, absolutely. I want this to last forever, but I have been told it cannot. So I also want some insights into your process. Okay, so very quickly, what part of filmmaking do you like the most, and what part do you like the least, Mahesh?
Like I started as an editor, so you know that. So
you've done more than 100 films.
Yeah, 60 plus. So the thing is, like, I write for my edit always. So the writing is the toughest part. So writing is always the toughest part. So that is where
I think because there's, I feel there's less, wherever there's less limitation, it's harder to do because in editing, we have already shot it. You can only edit what you shot, there's limitation. So there's only this much you can of course do lot many things, but there's an narrative idea, and there's only this much changes, and whatever you can do, there's limitedness to it. But when you're writing, you can write anything, and there's almost any amount of time you can take to do that. There's no, it's not like you have 4 hours of footage, you have to cut it down. There's a limit of 4 hours. It's not 10 hours, 15 hours, 30 hours. It's not infinite. But writing is infinite number of pages, infinite number of ink, or typing and laptop whatever you want to say. So I think that's how I see it.
The cinema lies there, like it's the toughest
In the
part.
writing.
Yeah, that process is the most, like even if it comes in, like say for example, a film like See You Soon was written in 2 weeks, but it's not that if it's written in 2 weeks, but it's about writing something out which is conceptualized in terms of an edit, and then like you're making it like that. But sometimes you have to take time into that. Your mind goes bizarre in that process.
But you like it.
Yeah, I like it. So
Okay,
that is
what do you like the least?
the least is like when you wait for something, like when you wait. I mean, like here we say wait for green lighting. Like, in Malayalam, the green lighting happens in 3 days. Sometimes an actor sits here, like actor will be the producer itself. Like,
He signed 6 actors for K3G in one day.
oh yeah, it was super.
Very capable person.
That was pretty.
2000 and 2000. I don't think I'll manage to cast 6 actors today in one day. I may not get to their homes only the way with the traffic in the city. I went to all 6 homes on one day also.
So here when you wait, the problem what happens is like your story gets expired.
Yeah.
Your film gets expired. That's the main problem. Like you write something in and you start shooting it in 3 years later or 2.5 years later. It is expired. By that time.
Because I think you have changed as a person also, right? Like maybe something you wrote and it's been 6, 7, 10 years, and you were very immature when you wrote, and like, okay, this makes no sense, or it's not working, I have to change it, rewrite it, So it becomes, as you said, expired. And I think that green lighting, but that's sometimes good also. I think like for how we say Brahmastra, right? Like when that was the issue, right? Like when you wrote it, it was almost like 10 years until we saw it. So you have of course become better person in 10 years and more mature, and maybe things you wrote back then actually doesn't work today. Time has passed.
You have to fetch new ideas. The entire screenplay is gone.
Yeah.
You have to rewrite it. So that is the biggest challenge what I'm facing.
Yeah. For you, what do you like the most?
When he said writing, I just looked at Zoya because I know how much she loves writing. To me, it's the most lonely process. I can't say I hate it because there's so much gorgeousness about creating characters, writing narratives, stories, but it's very daunting. It's very scary, and it's very like, because if you don't, the days that you're going through, those days that nothing comes out of your head, and those are such awful, scary days. And then suddenly when a great scene is written, so writing to me is daunting. I can't say I hate any part of filmmaking because it's in your core, it's in your DNA. But daunting, yes, writing. Very traumatic phase for any filmmaker, specifically me. What I love the most, I have to say, not just the execution of filming, is the background music process. Like I love. Oh my God, I love it. I love that process the most. I just love how you can just, like a symphony, like an orchestra, you can elevate a moment. And good old days when I did Kuch Kuch and Kabhi Khushi, my first 2 films, I had the massive good fortune of actually seeing a score with...
I know there'll be people who will like, see Vetri Maaran and, Pa, Ranjith, Zoya, Mahesh Narayanan and Karan, Johar, like, but you realize he's been making films for more than 25 years. And he has like left such a big mark on generation with his films. Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Like, they have, like, it has stayed with people. It's been part of a whole generation's lives. That means something. You may consider those films not that great comparatively here, but that doesn't take away the merit and talent he has as a storyteller. Maybe whatever way he tells his story, doesn't matter.
An absolute large live orchestra. There used to be chorus, there was the 40 violinists, there were flutes, and there was this massive empire in Andheri has this huge, where I saw Bablu Da, who was like the music arranger, and there was live orchestra. And Lataji standing there in her console, singing the alap for Kabhi Khushi, and the violins along with her. And there was a flute with Basuri, the Basuri came, which was Manuri Da, with his Basuri. And I was like, to me, that was cinema. And I don't have that that privilege anymore of doing that. But still, when I'm in the background score, when there is a chorus and I'm a big believer in the old school background score.
You should do one film with Ilayaraja.
I would love to. I mean, I'm such a big fan, and he's such a genius. But I think that's my favorite part of the pre or post of a film is really the score, the background score.
How lovely.
Yeah.
How lovely. Zoya?
It's also very peaceful to be in music. It's a very. I love writing. I have to say, I absolutely love writing, and I love shooting.
We know, Zoya, we know from your movies.
I like the energy of a shoot. When you come out of the writing process, which is quite quiet and 9 to 5, and that's the only 9 to 5 part of my life. But shooting is got energy, it's got adrenaline. I love the alchemy of the actors, the costumes, the people, camera, everything together. I don't like editing. I see all my mistakes. It's like sunset. Writing is sunrise and editing is sunset. It's like, and you just have to, there's all this possibility in writing and then you're saving in editing. I don't like that, and I hate dubbing. Like, I hate it.
Oh, if you can
But you
avoid
really do dub it.
No, you've done
but you
some
have to.
scenes.
You have
Live
to.
locations,
Some scenes you
have to, and I
it's-
just don't enjoy it. I don't like it. Yeah.
I mean, like, I have to just tell everybody, and I think that because I hate dubbing so much, and I should have said that well done on and pointing it out, that I've never attended a single dub. I
go.
Because I know I won't like it and I'll drive them mad.
I go and I don't like it.
I don't go to a dub. Because I'm like, it's never going to be the same. I'm going to be annoyed. So just give me what you think
I
is the best.
have had a meltdown and cried at every edit. On every film I've had one. I've messed it up once on every film I've
Meaning you feel that this film is over. I'm done.
And what have I done? Like that feeling.
Like full doubt.
Full doubt. Then my editor will be like, it's fine. This is called a first.
He knows everything.
The other part, which she will empathize with, because like all of you are so conviction based, but we are always worried in Hindi cinema. Like the other thing that I hate are research screenings. When you're showing people and they walk out and it's like, when somebody dies and and they line up at the end when you're standing like this, your filmmaker feels like this outside an editing room. That they're going to walk out in a line and give you that look, and you can tell in your body language if somebody's liked it, not liked it, hated it. And then everybody sits and answers those, you have to ask them what they thought, and then you're just worried about what they're going to say.
These are focus groups.
Those two I don't go to. Only those Ormax. I've done it for many movies, but you hear the videos and they're so ruthless. and they were like, I'll not recommend this movie. No. I'll not watch it. And this is your 3 years of work and they're just dissing it. I'm like, why? Why do I have to put myself through this? And yet you're told you must.
This is a controversial one. Like, I've talked about this before. This happens. I think Zoya does it. Like, she makes amazing films. Like, why should she do? But like, it's a director's medium, and why are these people? You should not ask people how to think. You just put out your vision and everything. But I think if you're making a commercial film, right, it's nice to break your bubble and see before you put out the movie that what is working and what's not working. Like, you wrote a scene, you shot a scene, you edited a scene, and it's not working. It's not doing the thing you wanted it to. And if you just keep it in your mind and you think it's working for you, that doesn't mean it will work for the audience. I think those things happen a lot in Hollywood, especially with commercial films, but it's happening in India also, especially with Ormax does it.
And I'm like,
I would love to be a part of a film which is not out, and I go and share my thoughts about it, and let's see how it really changes.
Do you guys do this? Do you all have research focus groups?
no, they won't. And I want to be there.
Please don't advise. We have a core group.
Like, we won't mention name, but Zoya has to tell you one story when she showed Zindagi Na Milegi to somebody, like an astute commercial mind, who said, oh, there are too many travel shots. She's thinking it's a travel film. And then,
Why are there so
in
many
Gully
driving
Boy, the
shots?
same person says there's too much rapping. But he's saying it's a film about rap. So she was like, what am I doing here?
I don't take every feedback, to be honest.
Hey, of course you can't. You can't listen.
I don't listen to everything. I'm just like, okay. I've been shouted at, and once in a focus group, I've stopped going, by an uncle. He was a producer's father's friend, and he was just like, Zindagi, this is a rubbish movie. What is this movie? What is going on? What are they doing? They're driving. And I was like, okay, sir, this movie is not for you. Because I cannot do anything to make this movie for you. This is it.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. So
That's
people are like, and it's not for him. It's not his jam.
Yeah.
But luckily for me, there were some like kids who were in their 20s who were like, we liked it, we connected with it. So then they started fighting. So I kind of got away.
So Vetri, you don't do this. The focus group is your core group.
No, like I show it to my friends. I show it to everybody. Like, I am very happy to show my film, like show my
It's the
rushes.
same thing, right? Showing it to people outside the film, not who are working on the film. Outside the film, who are just watching it, without knowing anything or having any participation.
Show my edit and show it to everybody.
And do your own thing.
Yeah, that's. I didn't want to say that. I didn't say that.
I told everybody, it's like in Hindi, there's suno sabki karo apni.
Correct.
So for me, it's like I like everything about filmmaking. Editing, the most I would say. Like I edit for a year. So
For a year?
Yeah, more than a year.
But that's great. I also take long.
He's enjoying what he heard.
One thing I don't like about a film is wrapping up a film. I don't want to finish a film. So like I would like to have I would like to have a few more months, like 1 more month extra, like another 10 days of shoot extra. That's me.
Ranjith?
I really love while I'm writing, too personal. There is no one to enter my space, and like I just enjoying. I keep writing. I explore my.
Very fascinating, to whatever, like what they like the most, what they don't really enjoy that much, I think everyone will have their, where they, like there's some who will enjoy every part of it, of course, but there's some moments, okay, this, maybe least. If you have to choose, do you want to write a film, do you want to edit a film, or do you want to shoot it, like which part and to do? I think it will depend whoever answers, what they want.
Overall, what I have, but while going to read other person, it will come problem. They'll say, no, you have to edit this, you have to don't start like this. So I hate really. So the art is very personal. Like it's kind of conscious. Whatever we connect with something. We need to explore to the things. But. Sometimes most of the problems, and who's going to read and what they read and all, they're not connected, and like I'm trying to find some word and like reconnecting, and that is I'm enjoying. No, you cannot give that word. I like enter that world. I don't want to come out that word while I'm writing. But the shooting, I hate. Being director, it is really.
Love shooting.
I don't like it.
Really?
So, because of that, lot of person come and like, you have to.
Like a lot of, it's like you had your idea in your brain, and you are in control of it. And suddenly, when you go to shoot, there are so many people who are part of the process, and they'll do it the way, of course, your vision, but they'll do it own ideas, own interpretation. It's not in your hand. You are not in control, actually, just in yourself. You have to be, now part of a team.
They come and mess up your good thoughts.
If you tell something, like if you give some words and like they'll understand and they'll try to convey, it is a big process, and you have to be, you have to have a lot of patience, and you just say, I'm not an anger person also. I just come and sit and watch and I go and correction and I'll say action. I just waiting for my good take. But I need to more patient, and sometimes sometimes a lot of days I don't want to direct, and I just want to get out of the set.
Oh God, I feel you. Many days, like when you're outdoors and the weather is bad and everybody's saying rush and finish the day, I'm like, I don't want, this is not how I want to make a movie.
It's challenging me. The craft's challenging me, and sometimes I couldn't do in a proper level. So I felt bad about myself. You doing some worst thing. You cannot do like that. It's like challenging me, my thought, and like it's my writing. It's words. When I'm going to read something, what I wrote, the words challenging me, the creatives challenging me. But a person and director, I wanted to ask help to some actors and camera that is challenging me, and but I'm trying to connect with all crafts, and I just sometimes if I don't like also, okay, this is good, okay, okay, we can show that. And yeah, absolutely, in editing, no, editing shows me everything. I'm a worst person in the world. And after finish that movie, it's got released in theater and everywhere, I don't want to see my movie. That is my passion. I don't want to see.
Just let go.
No, if I hear that the
Like you have been through it for so long, like just done. Just it's out there, watch it. I don't care. Just move on.
sound also, I just want to stop immediately. I just I don't want to see any visuals. I just, if it comes any visuals, I just turn and like you know that, and Sarpata Paramara in the first day OTT telecasting that day, no, I just sitting and watching sometimes, and I disconnect I disconnected with that movie. I didn't like that movie. I don't know. I run away. I run away in my room, and like people are watching, I didn't watch.
I love that.
Yeah, still, I don't know. In all my movie told me very clearly, it is your bad movies. I just trying to make a good movie.
That's one way to see it.
Better. Okay, guys, what's the last great Indian film you've seen? Anyone?
Sorry, I don't know.
Last great Indian film. Kadasiya Paathe.
Great.
India padam.
Great, good, brilliant,
Great is a
anything?
big one too.
Yeah.
I mean, I went and saw Sholay on screen. So
You did?
That was the last Hindi film I saw, so I have
What can get better than show?
Yeah.
so I have to say that
Yeah.
I stopped.
I mean, like textbook film.
Correct. But, you know, also 49 years old, can we bring it a little...
No, I liked two films that I watched, Kottukali and Vadi. Kottukali I really liked.
Yeah. Brilliant. That was incredible.
Yeah.
And Suri, whose life you changed with Viduthalaya, was so good in Kuttakali as well. So good, so good. What about the rest of you?
I'm choosing to say the films that stand for the film themselves.
Yeah.
On their own.
Yeah.
Without any...
I would say Lapata Ladies and Kathar.
And
Kathar. Yeah. I think these two films were like really stayed with me.
I have to say Lapata Ladies, and then not because you're here, 12th Fail. I had a physical reaction to that film in the end. Like I was weeping, and I watched it at home much later. I didn't watch it in the cinema. I watched it when, I think it was during the time of something happening in my life. I saw and I was weeping at the end. And the last time the same thing happened to me is when I saw Udaan. And I was weeping in my bed while watching Udaan, and I wept at the end of 12th Fail. Like I had a physical reaction to the climax.
it was beautiful, that film.
And it just struck some kind of, and Lapata Ladies was just joyous. It was so nuanced and fine and joyous. These are the two of my favorite films in the last 1 year.
I have to tell you all, so Karan saw 12 Fail and sent this big chest filled with chocolates and wine and all these amazing things to Vinod. And he's like, Karan ne mujhe baksa bheja hai.
It was a hamper.
It was a hamper. I was like, baksa. And he was just so delighted. He was like a 5-year-old who got a big Christmas present.
I said, Vinod, did you really make this film? It's fantastic. Like, what happened to you? Like, it was so fantastic. Because Vinod and I have the sense of humor. Because he's never seen any of my movies, so I can say anything to him. It's fine.
Mahesh, what have you
See,
seen?
last year, like, there's a film called Akhtar, which won the national
Yes,
award.
yes.
It was like watching. I saw this film as a rough cut also. So it was like, for me, it was like watching something which is very personal, like just like the 12 Angry Men, like, those kind of things, like very personal, well edited, well shot, and well written also. So that was very personal. And then again, coming back to these days, like again about Salim Javed. So that one actually blew me. Actually,
Angry Young Men?
Yeah,
The documentary.
Oh, yes.
It actually blew me.
Yeah, I loved it.
Because
I wept.
I really feel like those were the real people who really said we are the.
Interesting choice though, actually. And you don't actually get, they were actually the superstar writers. You don't get that. Writers are never the superstar, but they were. And there was actually a whole docu-series on them, talking. They don't get into writing much. Like, I wanted more, but whatever it is, it exists. That's a great thing.
Owners of cinema, like we own it. Like that is the thing which we require these days. Like get liberated. We should have
Old-fashioned conviction.
Yes.
That conviction. That is what is missing in because a lot of people are dictating. Many things, like, studios are dictating, these people are dictating. Those days, they were so liberated.
Yeah.
So I felt so happy seeing that.
And you know how many films in every language, how many characters in every language are a result of Salim Javid's writing?
Yeah.
Today, in every, whether it's Tamil or Telugu or Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, of course, they have inspired an entire generation of cinema.
Yeah.
And it is important to just kind of acknowledge that the root lies there.
No, it's a wonderful documentary. Loved it. Before we end, anything you guys
Ranjith didn't answer.
are curious about each other? Any questions for
Interesting.
each other? Yes.
I want to ask him because I don't know if it's true, but I hear sometimes you don't have a bound script and you create on set.
That's all his film.
I want to know how you block a scene.
I'm very jealous about him.
Yeah, I want to know how you block the scene. What do you do?
I'm okay, you don't give me a script, you make my movie with me. I don't want your script.
What happens is, sometimes, I'm again quoting Viduthalai, I called my producer and said, I'm going to do a small film because we have a lockdown, pandemic lockdown. I'm going to do a small film, like 4.5 crores, and I'll finish the film in 40 days. So I've been shooting the film for nearly 200 days, and it's a 2-part film now. So first part is released. Second part is released.
Karan, are you having second thoughts about producer?
No, I'm ready. Even if I'm in the ICU, I'll be fine.
So I have an idea. I go to the set. I start working. I see the character. I see the actor, and I see the potential of the actor, the width and depth of the actor as a performer, and then I slowly start putting that actor into the world, like the terrain, and then the terrain dictates me how I tell the film, like the rhythm of the film is determined by the terrain. Like, say for instance, when I was doing Viduthalai, it's a hill terrain.
Very
where,
fascinating.
The protagonist is a cop, like a jeep driver, police jeep driver. So, in my mind, the scene is like he goes from here to here.
Yeah.
Okay, but I put the camera here, and then I ask him to drive the jeep. The jeep goes this way, and by the time he's here, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Now I have to change accordingly. Now I need to keep up the tempo and also tell the story. And by the time I start doing it, I see people who are actually living there, and whatever I had written seems very wrong for the people who are living there. And then I start making some changes. And then when I start making changes, then few new characters come in. When new characters come in, then I ask for a bigger actor. When a bigger actor comes in, then the salary goes higher. Then because the salary is going higher, I think of a blocking, a sequence that needs to be big. Like the first shot of Viduthalai, we rehearse for 13 minutes, a single take, which runs for 8 minutes. It has around 1,000 people in that shot. So I need to block that, and I need to do that. Then when I am doing that, then I realize that this cannot be contained in one film. It needs to have 2 parts to manage the budget. Then I'm thinking if this has if the story can lend itself to become bigger, then I realize it can lend itself to grow bigger because there are 2 characters in the film. So when I decide, then it has to be a bigger one. The intermission becomes the climax. When the intermission, which was small, to become a climax,
Then you have to
because we are doing a mainstream film, it needs to have some action in it, and then it becomes a 13-14 day sequence.
Am I allowed to say I'm jealous of this film?
Yes, you are.
No, I'm so.
And I don't think you're going to top this, Anu. I think you have to end this on
And
this glorious note.
also, there's one more thing to it. I finished
So, you want to share what he really does?
second part and had a premiere at Rotterdam this year, January, and then I have shot 65 days for the second part. I had a 4.5-hour film.
He's like, are you mind blown? Wait, I'll tell you more. Now you're blown away. No, wait, let me tell you more.
I still want to do more days.
I want to know who is financing this? When can I meet
And
this
who is his
person?
producer?
Yeah.
So his name is Elred Kumar. RS Entertainment is the company. Anytime you can contact him. So yeah, he's my producer.
Just go there.
Not just him. All my producers have been very kind, and all my actors also. Nobody is like, I called Vijay Sethupathi to play a role for 8 days. I've shot with him for nearly 120 days. So it's like everybody have, like, somehow they trust
What
me and
craziness.
they've given their best.
It's
For the
respect.
producer,
How cool.
the producer, right from the first film, Dhanush has done that for me.
Yeah.
My first film, those days, I shot for 89 plus 3 days of patchwork.
Oh.
I exposed 1,47,000 feet. First film. So, which is like, my second film, it was like 2,17,000 feet.
You're very privileged.
Yeah, and 127 days my second film, Adukalam. So it was like, I am somehow like, I should be like, I'm very, very grateful for all my like actors, producers, my team to somehow believe in the vision I have. They all share the vision and they just think that
Man, it's like already the chaos of making a film is so much that he's bringing all kind of chaos more and still able to manage to give us a great film. Like,
they should back me, they should stand by me. I think I'm a very, very, gifted person that way. And I am telling the producer, sir, we'll finish this. And he's telling me, no, sir, you told that sequence. Please let us do it. If not this film, in which film
This
will
producer has to be called for dinner.
We are coming with you to meet this.
We are coming with you. Everyone's moving to Chennai.
So after this, what I did was for Rotterdam, I did a 4-hour cut of the first part and the second part together. 4 hours and 12 minutes or something. It's a long film. And they screened it. After screening, I showed the film to the producer. He was happy with the film. He said he will release the film. I told him the second part might not be enough because we are looking at a bigger thing. We need to have some more, like, it's as he mentioned in Kala, it's a discussion of ideologies. Discussion of ideologies for mainstream audiences is a little challenging.
Yeah.
The discussion, if it is visualized scenic in a scenic manner, in a sequential manner, then it is possible. So I said, we'll do it. I said, how many days? He asked. Like 30 daars. Is it okay? So we are done with the 30 days and we have another 20 days left. So I'm hoping to
Wait,
finish.
you're still shooting?
Yeah. And we
my God. Oh my God. Oh, it's not ending. It's not ending at all.
I hope it will not go into part 3.
I don't want to. I have done 4 years. I started in December 2020. And I'm still with the film. And
December is when
December
part 2 will
20th
come.
is the release.
Yeah.
And I have another 20 days of shoot left.
Oh, very good.
So, and I work like crazy. Like the last.
This is the best story I've heard of editing
I'm
of a
like-
film ever. I'm like, really, this is like mind-boggling.
No, this is like Herzog has got better stories, no? All wilder stories.
We don't have any wild story like this. No one is giving us so many days to make a movie. Even though I have my own.
Visarne also I shot that way. I didn't have a script and I just went and I shot like the film. But Visarne I shot in 39 days. And I shot the film in 2 crores and 72 lakhs.
Wow.
Wow.
And I like that film the best of my.
Yeah.
I like
So that's a lesson to learn then.
Says producer Karan.
2 crores, 72 lakhs, 39 days, your best film.
Yes. But no script.
But that is okay. Many a time I also got without any serious script. I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
You know, you want to create magic there in the moment that you're allowed to, especially if you're producing your own film.
That's right. That's right. This has been so much fun.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I have had such a great time and I wish to God we could just go on. But thank you all. And, for me, the glass is always half full. I think the theatrical experience is going nowhere. We're going to be watching your movies. I will die in a theater. On that happy note,
No.
thank you. And you do you always.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, this is Karan Johar.
Hi, my name is Mahesh Narayanan.
Hi, I'm Pa Ranjith.
Hi, I'm Zoya Akhtar.
I am Vetri Maaran.
Oh,
Subscribe
look
to
at
Hollywood
him.
Reporter India.
Welcome to India.
Welcome to India.
Welcome to India, the Hollywood Reporter.
All right. It's been a long one. You saw it in different parts. I sat here for almost what? It's been 1.5, almost 2 hours. So I hope it was fun, and I hope you're getting to see this because you saw the amount of companies which are backing this now. There's so much money they are putting in, so I am worried there will be copyright issues. And it shows you, right, unlike Film Companion, like, they need so many financial backing to actually run the show. So I guess that's what happened with Film Companion, and they have to, do this. The Hollywood Reporter India. I saw some people like, why? What, this makes no sense. Why Hollywood Reporter? Like, call it something else. But I think that's a brand name. So, and this is a branding thing also of doing a roundtable. But let's see what kind of other content they put out. It'll be interesting to see. But what a way to start! Banger of a interview with so much different perspectives and ideas. I wanted more from Mahesh Narayanan, but I felt we didn't get touch much there. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So much insight. So much. I love that it felt like everyone wants to participate. It didn't feel like everyone is quiet. Like Paranjit was quiet, makes sense, but he's actually spoke a lot, shared his thoughts, and just hearing those things and hearing from him a committee report, to filmmaking, to theaters and business perspective, and how things work and what they like filmmaking and what like, and total package. So cannot wait what's next from them. Looking forward to it. But again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, do like, subscribe, consider being a member to the channel. Check out this video next if you haven't, and I will see you next time.